Hey, Shalom Markins, Rakam Akapash from GMS London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Chakwadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the whole word expression is truth and all sincerity. Back again with another video. Brother had posted up this article up in the chat and thought I'd, do a video on it, right? And it just shows you, man, that Esau is ready for you, man. To make your booking. You know what I'm saying? Esau's got all these tech here ready and waiting for you. From when that time comes to, push that MOTB. It's all there ready. Now the only thing is now is convincing you suckers, uh, to adopt and to accept this technology. That's what has to be done, really. He has it there waiting in the wings for you, right? Was it problem action solution? Right? That's right, right? He's already got it there waiting for you. Okay? And we see it from a mile off, but there's obviously still guys, in denial or acting ignorant of what Esau's doing. Those of you that don't believe that the MOTB is the micro C-hip, okay, the implantable device which Esau's gonna put in your hand or on your forehead, right? You can keep playing those games, man, but we see what this devil's doing, right? Because this tech is coming on leaps and bounds, man. Like I said, we've got the Neuralink, we've got the other companies we're working with them head C hips and the brain C hips, right? You got people already out there in the world with C hips in their hands, okay, making all kinds of payments and keeping all kinds of documents and information on it. All these types of things, they're already going on, right? It's just a matter of adoption. That's it, man. Right? And with things like this, articles like this, man, it makes these things sound safe. It makes these things sound useful that, really people should have them. Because Esau has helped, increase the cancer rates throughout the earth, right, man? Like 1 in 2 people get cancer now. Like, that's a madness. And all this research that goes into cancer research and shit, right? I remember when it was 1 in 3. Likely even less than that. But I remember the advertisements on the bus stands, 1 in 3 people get cancer. Now it's like 1 in 2. So where's all this money going? It's supposed to be preventing cancer, but but cancer is increasing because Esau's fucked up everything, man. Everything that you consume, Esau's fucked up and is making you sicker. Making you have to be treated, more and more with his bullshit. With his chemical, and these radiation therapies. It's a madness. But now he's got a new thing that is gonna, save the world, save people from cancer and shit, right? So this C hip and these types of applications, man, they're like uh, the one size fits all type thing, man. He gonna use these C hips to do a multitude of things because a C hip can do a multitude of things, as we've broken down over the many years. The RFID and the NFC, and they're capable of many functions, other than just tracking dogs. But yeah, now it's just a case of people adopting it, making it marketable. Convincing people. What the hell, man. Oh, who cares about that? I don't care. What the hell, man. 1 second, stupid thing. Right. So as I was saying, it's just a case of adoption, man. Making it seem safe and all this type of business. So let's just read some of this and grab some scriptures, right? So scientists are developing an implant smaller than a crayon that doctors hope will cure cancer in 60 days. Wow, it's some miracle thing. Some miracle, surgery or whatever, man. Whatever you want to call it. It's a miracle cure, right? And it's got a little diagram here, right? Where it start off. Okay, let's start off on the left, right? It's smaller than a crayon, right? Communicates with smartphones. Oh, yeah, really? Communicates with devices. Okay. Adjust drug dosage, right? says it's implanted into the abdomen. This one, right, carries sensors to cancer cells, right? So it's all going to interact with this technology, man. That's why he's so creating smart cities, right? That's why he's creating 15-minute cities and you know all these things, man. So you can be monitored and tracked by all this smart technology, man. That's why the 5G infrastructure is so important because it delivers data in real time, and they're always working to improve that. They're working on the 6G, right? So they can get lightning fast, accurate data, you know, to track all day, every day, combined with the AIs and that, it's a powerful system, man. That Esau is hoping to implement for control, right? So anyway, so the device is implanted into the abdomen and is smaller than a crayon. Researchers hope it will be able to communicate wirelessly, okay, wirelessly, right? Near field communications or radio frequency identification. That's what that is, right? It says researchers hope. Sorry, read more. Blah 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 blah. Here, read more. Potential cancer breakthrough as groundbreaking pill. I think that's a different article, right? So scientists are developing an implant smaller than a crayon that they hope will cure cancer in just 60 days, right? So like I said, it sounds like some miracle thing. So we'll open up with this. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 14. And he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, right? So Esau, he's developed many things through his technologies, man. And some, some of it sounds crazy, right? Some of it is crazy. Right, and these are part of his miracles, man, through his technology. Okay, so which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Right, so I say people are amazed by Esau's accomplishments, right, and Esau's setting himself up to be a pseudo messiah, a false messiah. Because that's what he's going to appear as in these last days, someone that they can turn to for salvation, right, in times of trouble, okay, which is coming upon the earth, man, which is being orchestrated by them through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? But they're orchestrating this great evil, and they're going to come out as saviors to it, okay. But again, they're going to be, they're really pseudo saviors, okay, with this technology that they got. All right, this is researchers from 7 states led by Rice University, Houston, Texas, had developed a 3-inch implantable device that works as both a cancer detection system and a drug administration system. Doctors determine what drugs a patient needs and then put that drug into the device to be released in their body. So, something we mentioned before in times past, right? The killer C-hip, right? Because not only if they wanted to, could they shut your chip off to prevent you from, buying and selling and getting access to places and things and whatever. They can also lace that stuff with, well, a guy painted it, I think, right? With cyanide or something else, else your body doesn't agree with, man, that can put you to death, right? So obviously it can administer chemicals as well. It has the function to. Right, so you don't know what the hell what when Esau rolls it out, what's gonna be in it, or what he's gonna do with it, or we know what he's gonna do with it. We don't know, what he's gonna lace it with, right? So, whatever the case may be, he don't have to just switch you off. He can just put you to death for rebellion. You can do that. It's showing you right here it's possible, right? So the Hybrid Advanced Molecular Manufacturing Regulator, or HAMMER, is full of sensors that monitor fast mutating cancer cells and adjust the release of immunotherapy drugs based on patients' response. You know what it reminds me of? In Elysium, man, the robots could detect whether you're getting stressful, you're getting aggressive, right? Imagine that, like, you got the C-hip in you and it can detect, different emotions, right? How stressed you feel, how angry you feel, and it just releases chemicals, man, to fuck your shit up, man. Make you docile, put you to death. You could, just based on your body's response. That's mad. But Esau, I don't think Esau ain't thought about it, or he ain't doing it already, right? Because if I thought about it, these Edomites are diligent when it comes to wickedness, man. So their inward heart is deep, right? They search out wickedness, man. So they already thought about it. They already got patents for it and all kinds of shit, right? So we know it's done. Everything we see in these movies, like Esau's, moving towards bringing that in, to manifest in that. All right, equilibrium, all that type of stuff, man. Um, so the kind of closed loop therapy has been used for managing diabetes, where you have a glucose monitor that continuously talks to an insulin pump. But for cancer immunotherapy, it's revolutionary, said by engineer Omid Vashir, principal investigator on the team. So the new device is one of many new cancer curing technologies, right? So they're not the only one in development that are being developed. So most recently, a groundbreaking pill was found to eradicate all types of solid tumors in early studies. Immunotherapy is a type of cancer treatment that uses substances made by the body or in a lab to boost the immune system in hopes that the body will naturally fight the cancer. All right, so let me go here. All right, so a minimally invasive procedure, right? So they always, hopping on about, oh, it's just a minor invasive procedure, all right? Allows the device to be implanted in the abdomen. So it would then constantly monitor a patient's cancer and adjust their dose of immunotherapy drugs in real time. Okay, like the real time with the 5G, that's what it's operating with, right? This device will communicate wirelessly, potentially with a smartphone, potentially with something else, and also be chargeable externally. Essentially, how your iWatch charges today, right? This is the team recently received funding for a first phase clinical trial of the implant to treat recurrent ovarian cancer. Is there anything? So the goal is to have the device in human trials within 5 years, right? So these guys are still in trial, but like I said, they exist. They exist, and they're sitting there waiting to be used, right? In Texas alone, more than 130,000 new cases of cancer are diagnosed a year, and more than 42,000 people die from the disease each year. In another potential cancer breakthrough earlier this month, brain surgeons developed a device the size of a grain of rice they hope could be breakthrough in treating deadly brain cancers. Also, these like I mentioned, right? The 6 mm long gadget is implanted onto the surface of tumors, where it releases drugs into the masses to shrink or kill them. When implanted into hard to treat brain tumors, the device can develop multiple different cancer medications, or can deliver multiple different cancer medications at once, right? So, like I said, they got the brain ones ready too. And like I said, they're gonna make it seem like, yeah, because most people are suffering from cancer, 1 in 2 now, or whatever it is, right? That's a whole bunch of people that would like not to have cancer, man. So them man, they'll sign up for this. This is be like, yeah, no brainer for these people, But it's just part of Esau's method. He's making the world sick. He's making the world frustrated, and he's just messing up everything in the world, man. He's coming out here saying, I can solve this all for you. I've got this. Take this, and all your problems should go away. That's what it is. He's become, he's putting himself out as a pseudo messiah. And like I said, these are the part of the miracles that he had, putting out here. But I'm going to continue reading on. I'm going to get verse 16 here. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right? And the evidence is there for that, right? And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, right? Because there's going to come a time of trouble upon the earth, and he's going to come with this type of technology as a solution to it. Best believe that, man. These C-hips, he's going to come and use that as a solution to the problem. All right. It's Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Right? So we're heading into a time of trouble that's going to be so bad that it's not comparable to other times on the planet where bad things were happening. You know? And like I said, throughout this time of evil, okay, Esau's going to come like a knight in shining armor, offering the world, right? Offering you, salvation, hope. He's gonna offer you that. Where many people, well, not many people, but where the Israelites, especially where the Israelites are concerned, right, are meant to be, praying to the Lord, man, turning to the Lord for salvation. Okay, Esau's gonna come with his solution, man, and majority of our people are gonna turn to him, right? But like I say, this is what he's waiting to do. Jeremiah 30 verse 7 says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay, the elect of Israel are going to be saved because they're going to put their trust and faith in Yahweh B'Hashem and Yahweh Shai, right? Whereas everybody else is going to put their trust in the devil, i.e. Esau, the so-called white man, and only be destroyed by doing so, by taking his mark. All right. This is Revelation chapter 3 verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them. Okay, this time of evil is a test. A test to find out where everybody's allegiance is, man. Whether it's to the Most High Yahweh, okay, and his son Yahweh Shai, or it's to these devils, these Edomites, man. To men. Right? It's a test. And the Lord is bringing this test upon the whole earth, man, to see what it is that you're going to do in that time. All right? What side you go and pick. And anybody that picks Esau's side for any amount of time, right? Oh, I took the C hip, but I took it out. Any amount of time, you thought, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do what Esau told me to do and take his mark. Any amount of time that thought went through your brain and you took a C hip, okay, you're gonna be destroyed, man. We're not hearing that without going to take it out lastminute.com and get salvation. No, that's not gonna happen, man. There's no comebacks after you've taken that mark, regardless of what you do with that afterwards. It doesn't matter. You already been seen as traitorous, right? You're not worthy, right? So yeah, the Lord's putting this test out here, man. And only the faithful are gonna survive, man. Only the faithful are gonna do the right thing. All right. I read it again. But because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. Okay, that means the Lord isn't gonna allow the elect to receive a mark from the devil. Okay, it's not gonna happen. Okay, it just won't happen. It won't materialize, man. No matter what's going on, it just will be that the elect don't get chipped. So which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, right? So in this time of chaos and trouble and adversity, I say Esau gonna come out in full white knight mode and come offer you these solutions, right? Because his whole money system is gonna collapse, his whole society is gonna collapse, man, and people are gonna need a way to get food and stuff, right? And the governments are gonna take control of the food because everything's gonna be fucked up, right? Just like World War II and all that kind of stuff. They had to take control of the food because the price fluctuation was going crazy and all that kind of stuff. So the means of buying and selling is going to be through this C-hip, this RFIDs, and and so on, right? So he's gonna be the one to offer this to you. You know, he's gonna offer you safety. He's gonna, offer you access to, these constant, these, these holiday camps, right? Which is not really a holiday. Um, and food and water or medication. That's what he's gonna offer. Whether that's he's gonna deliver on that's a whole different matter. But that's what he's gonna offer, right? So again, it's just making you feel comfortable with the idea of these types of technologies existing and people taking it, right? So Psalms 55 verse 21 here says, "The words of his mouth are smoother than butter, but war is in his heart." It's a double cross, man. Hey, he making it sound appealing. He making it sound like that you need this. That's good for you, right? And it's the only way. You have to do this, otherwise, you're gonna perish, right? Because you ain't gonna be able to buy nothing outside the system. Your cash is worthless here. It ain't be worth nothing. So you can't go and get anything with old money. Right? You're gonna have to be connected to the new system. Okay, this digital system that's being created, and using these CBDCs, right? It's just all there waiting to be implemented. And it's going to take you to accept this CHIP, this his MOTB, the mark, to have access to that. Right. So the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Right. Like I said, it's a double cross, man. It's a trick. It's a snare. It's a trap. Right. It's Daniel 8 verse 25. Right. And this is something that was going on during the time of Antiochus, man. But he's also going to apply the same things today. Right. This is verse 25. And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. Like I said, all these policies and inventions that it's technology he's been creating, right? He's advancing. He's advancing with his technology, right? And he shall magnify himself in his heart. And because of all this technology, he thinks of himself as a god. And he wants the power of a god. And so he's creating a world where he can do that through his technology, through these CHIPs, through his AIs and all these types of things, right? And by peace, he gonna promise you safety. He gonna promise you protection. He gonna promise you, all kinds of carnal things, food and all that kind of stuff, right? So he gonna offer you peace, right? And by peace shall destroy many. He gonna get everybody killed, man. He gonna do a lot of killing, and he gonna get a lot of people killed, right? When the Lord brings his judgment against them, And by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Okay, and that's going into Antiochus, right? But again, these things are going to apply today because Esau he's playing the same playbook, man, just in an upgraded era. This is First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 30, and I just saw this and I thought I'm going to bring that out, just as a point, right? So and who was this anyway? Can't see who's this concerning. Might be Antiochus still. Right, but anyway, verse 30 says, "Speak peaceable words unto them, but always deceit." And that's what Esau's going to do. He's going to speak all these good things. He's going to convince you that, this is all safe, this is all good, there's nothing nefarious about, what it is that he's doing. He's just trying to help. He's trying to help you, man, survive. Right? So yeah, and he spake peaceable words unto them, but were always deceit, double crossing. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel. Right? And like I say, he's still going to do the same thing, man. He's the one responsible for all this chaos and death that's going to take place, at the behest of the Heavenly Father on the left-hand side. Right? But he's the one behind it. He's the one orchestrating it. He's the one plotting it and planning it against the people. Right? And a lot of people are going to die, man. But like I said, even those that side with him, they're going to die too because the Most High is going to destroy them. I'm going to close out with this. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 12 verse 10 said, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusts his soul is his wickedness." Right? Like I said, he's going to come as a Messiah, pseudo Messiah. Right? And he's got everything here waiting to offer to you when the time is right. Okay, it ain't just something that he come up with. No, he's been plotting it. He's been plotting it for a long time. It ain't just a coincidence, you know. So though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. And it's something we keep telling you, man. Esau is the devil. He is the wicked the Bible speaks about. And to think that, you know, that he's changed in any way, like the so-called white man's been the devil upon the earth, man. He's fucked with every nation on the planet, man. Destroying them, stealing from them, you know, doing all kinds of wicked and evil things against them. And yet you think this guy's changed. This guy is still on world domination. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, at the expense of everybody else. He don't give a shit about nobody else, man. He don't even give a shit about his own people. These elites of Esau, they don't give a shit about them, you know, their own people, man. So why do you think he gives a shit about anybody else in the world? It's all an act, man. It's all a front for him to manipulate you, man. All right. So sit him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? Right? We're telling you this guy is a serpent, and you're trying to pretend to act like he's not. But that's what he is. That's what he's always been. Right? So if you want to play around, get close to the snake, and then but you're surprised when you get bitten. Why are you surprised? We ain't surprised. We understand the nature of this devil, man, and you know, this devil ain't gonna change. He can't change his nature. Scripture says, "Can a leopard change his spots?" He just can't change. He is what it is. He is what he is. That's what the Lord made him to be. All right. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. Right? Because of course Esau's gonna tell you all the things that you want to hear. That's what an enemy does, man, so he can get the upper hand on you. Right? So he can beguile you, you know? So he can get the jump on you. Of course he's gonna do that. But you think it's sincere, you think it's genuine. This shit ain't genuine, man. You know, we've seen enough politics to know that shit ain't genuine, man. These men are just professional fucking liars, man. They smile, they kiss babies and all this kind of bullshit, right? They talk about how they want to help everybody, and they're just fucking over people left, right, and center. Doing some dodgy criminal deals and shit. Like, come on, man. Same shit over and over again. So the enemy speaking sweet with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, and like I said, he's orchestrating this adversity, this time of evil, right? So it's not even by accident, it's not even by coincidence that it just happens to be happening. he's behind it all, right? If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, oh yeah, we're bringing this all in just to help people. You know, we're gonna help people's cancers and illnesses, and we're gonna help them get through. We're gonna provide them shelter and safety. Or, you know, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. We're gonna give people free money because we love you. We want to protect you. It's all bullshit, right? And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. It's all for his greater purpose, the greater agenda that he's, you know, trying to do. It ain't for your sakes. Ain't for the people's sake. You don't care about the people, man. Yeah, as far as he's concerned, man, you're all just carbon emitters, bro. You're all just carbon emitters, man. And there's too many of you, man. You need to be reduced. You know, so you don't care, right? Verse 18: He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. You'll see what he really was at that moment in time when he's in that position, when he's in that you know position to fulfill what he set out to do. You're gonna see what he really is, right? And you're gonna see that everything else was a facade up until that point. You're gonna see his true self, the true devil as he is, right? And so it's just a matter of time. And we tell you, man, you're gonna get bit. You're gonna get bit by this guy. Anyone that believes in Esau in that time, you know, thinking that he's some sort of savior, right? You're gonna get bit, right? The devil come as an angel of light, man. You know, and you're deceived. You know, and the majority of these people are gonna be deceived in that time. You know, as it you know we read in Revelation 13. right? We're living in the age of deception. So, you know, you're going to be deceived by this devil, thinking that he was for you, man, and he really was against you the whole time, you know? But anyway, that's all I got for this one. So, Lord, when this has been edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So, till next time, I say shalom.